We recently had a stream on MTG Weekly that addressed the issues with Arena's economy. I've done a short on it and there'll be a whole video unpacking my opinions of the new economy fix that they've suggested. That'll be up a little while after this one. I'm editing them both, recording and editing them both today. If you want to see that, it should be linked in the end card of this video if you're watching this a bit later. Long story short, the opinion of the fix for the arena, which again, I'm not going to go into detail in this video, but it's a shitty pack of wildcards for a quite expensive cost. The backlash to that, the reaction was very, very negative across social media, both Reddit and Twitter and elsewhere too, and from creators like myself. And that kind of drowned out another very minor, not announcement, but a tidbit of an announcement during the stream. Chris Kiritz, executive producer of MTG Arena, answered the questions on the future of non-rotating formats on the weekly MTG stream last week, and this has gone by largely unnoticed. One viewer told me that Pioneer had basically been announced as coming in the next 4 weeks, and I thought it was weird that no one was talking about that. Well, the reason no one was talking explicitly about the arrival of Arena within the next 4 weeks is because that wasn't what was said. So, not blaming the people that said this, but it looks like this got a bit mixed up because it was drowned out by the dissatisfaction with the other larger announcements. So here's what he had to say.
We have 3 of the quadrants.
Yeah.
We have Standard, which matches Tabletop. We have Alchemy, which is your very fast digital live format. We have Historic, which takes everything that's printed, or almost everything that's ever been printed on Arena, and is again a live format. It has rebalances and takes the Alchemy card changes. But what we don't have is a non-rotating print format.
Right, which actually addresses the question I just got fed in chat from Mountain Goat GG. Is there anything in the pipe to bring an Eternal format that isn't tied to Alchemy?
There is.
Okay.
And it's coming relatively soon.
Yeah.
We don't have the name or the exact definition, but you've seen some previews if you've been playing. We've run a couple different events. We'll look at the data and make sure we're picking the right one. But we will have here in the next month or two a non-rotating format that you can play with tabletop print cards.
Yep.
No digital-only cards, no digital rebalances. It will just be printed or not printed.
Okay.
And it will be, it is a, we talked about Pioneer, and I'm sure this is also in the question.
That was actually my next, it's along the lines of my next question. So yeah continue on Pioneer.
Right. This will be kind of that bridge to what we hope to get to Pioneer at some point. If I'm going to guess, your question is something along the lines of why we didn't do Pioneer.
Yes, it's the why Alchemy instead of Pioneer question that we've seen a lot,
Yeah, so why Alchemy instead of Pioneer? And this goes back to why we're going to launch the tabletop format. At the time we launched Alchemy, Historic had started to do a lot of the things that we would have wanted out of Pioneer. A non-rotating format for players to play the cards that they've collected over time. And Historic was filling that niche very well at the time. It had grown continually since, and actually continues to grow as a very popular format. And so the more pressing need at the time we launched Alchemy was, all right, we have Standard, we have this non-rotating format, but what we don't have is something for digital players who want more regular balances, more regular iterations on what's popular at the speed that makes sense for a game that has lots of play.
So something is coming, but it's not quite Pioneer. It's adjacent to Pioneer. It is the bridge, the lead up to Pioneer, but it's not Pioneer. We keep seeing in articles and announcements from the mothership that there's 5 years worth of sets or something silly still to go for Pioneer. I think it's a bit less now, maybe 3. But 3 years worth of sets takes a lot less time to get onto Arena than it does to process in real life. It's unfair to look at 3 years of real time and so that, it's 3 years worth of work to get onto Arena. It's not, because 3 years of sets in real life take multiple years to develop from scratch, to conceptualize, to design, to playtest, and to get out. They aren't making new cards, they're putting cards that have already had all of the grunt work done onto Arena. This is an issue of programming and getting to work within the system, more so than actual game design. But anyway, let's not, examine some of the fallacies that we get fed, essentially. This is the lead up, this will eventually lead into Pioneer. And this is nothing but a good thing, really. I see it often in my comment sections that people ask for a direct parallel to paper. They want to play a non-rotating format on Arena that they can then go out and play at their game store at events. People want the same formats they have in paper. And whilst it's also true that not all consumers, myself included, know what I want at all times perfectly, and sometimes we don't know what we want until we're given it, I mean, the proof has kind of been in the pudding that Alchemy fucking sucks. It is a shame that the issues we're seeing with Alchemy, from errata to digitally exclusive cards to just an extra rotation in standard, people aren't as enamored with that as Wizards of the Coast think people should be. And it is a shame that those problems have bled through to Historic, the non-rotating format of Magic the Gathering Arena, or Magic Arena as we should call it. It will be nice to have a non-rotating format that doesn't have all the baggage of Arena, and I use that term lightly. I'll probably say it's more like garbage, if I'm honest, but the baggage of Alchemy. Personally, I'm excited by this. I've always, even when I said I enjoy digital cards, been a proponent of keeping digital and paper married. Keeping Magic as one larger game system, which you can play in both live, flesh and blood with friends and at events, or practice online or hit the ladder or even tournaments online, I think is nothing but a good thing. I think it makes the game feel like it has more depth, that it has a bigger, more cohesive picture and economy and culture and all these other words that mean cohesive collections of shit, right? It's cool that you can play Modern in the real world and play it on Modo as well, and the formats cross over, and you can get your reps one place and not the other, and so on and so on. To separate Arena out from that and paper Magic means that they two essentially become two different games, even if they are married to the same basic rule system. Supposedly it's not full Pioneer because they don't have the resources to get that done, or should we say they aren't allowed to have the resources to get that done. I do wonder if it could be done relatively quickly if more resources were put into the development team of Arena. More employment, more time, more training, and so on, you know. Basically, Wizards and Hasbro, pay your staff more and invest in them more if you're making so much fucking money. It's not the full Pioneer, but it's something. And I am excited to see where this goes. What do you think? Tell me in the comment section below if you're excited for this. Are you already too burnt out? Have you already uninstalled Arena? Or is this the thing that will bring you back to either reinstalling it or finally updating it when it's been sat on your desktop for 6 months? Let me know in the comment section below. I've been Vince, also PleasantKenobi on the internet, and I'll see you all soon. Ta-ta for now.